Hurricane Katrina was a natural disaster showing us that a stricter public policy is needed for emergency disaster preparedness. Hundreds of natural disasters occur every year in the United States. When they do, individuals, families, private organizations, and local agencies often try to help citizens deal with the resultant conditions. Large-scale disasters create massive disruption, confusion, and chaos, which are beyond the scope of affected communities. Naturally, we turn to the government for assistance when a major natural disaster strikes. During such times, the government is viewed as the only institution with the resources, authority, and capabilities to help citizens cope with the large-scale catastrophic event such as Hurricane Katrina. The government assumed a major role in the nation's response to Hurricane Katrina. The magnitude of this disaster left little doubt. Government involvement was absolutely necessary. The problematic elements of the relief effort included breakdowns in social conditions and lines of communication, halting or non-existent rescue operations, the seemingly incompetence of some public officials, and the wasteful allocations of precious resources. Evidence shows that major problems surfaced and continued largely because public officials at the local, state, and federal levels deviated from standard operating procedures and pre-existing protocols. The government response to Hurricane Katrina was not hampered by the existence of a bureaucratic framework or principles. Instead, the failures of these relief efforts stem from breakdowns in the administrative elements which are supposed to guide the successful operation of any governmental system. Most of the current disaster-specific programs have notable, even growing gaps that leave the nation more vulnerable than it needs to be. No one has undertaken a comprehensive federal effort to assess these gaps or to encourage experts in the many disciplines of science and engineering associated with natural hazards to work together to try to minimize the damage that disasters can inflict. If the highest goal of fiscal reform is to reduce spending and better the lives of Americans, then we need to improve the way the federal government responds to a growing number of natural disasters. Conservatives and libertarians have begun arguing that the federal government should get out of the business of providing disaster relief. But they're wrong. The private sector and states cannot muster the resources that the federal government can. To deal with massive disasters like Hurricane Katrina, we need the feds. We need them to make stricter policies. We need them to enforce emergency preparedness training, to have experts on hand to help in crisis situations, to be sure that their technology is efficient in responding. Without government intervention, we will continue to fail like we did in Hurricane Katrina.